Hello, lovely people out there, and a very happy Thanksgiving for those that actually celebrate that holiday today. It's a holiday, as in my endeavors are not working. I can't get paid today. So I'm going to be doing a couple of updates. Most of these are out of cycle as far as the YouTube, and I will be doing a podcast update. But I figured I would go ahead and do a little bit of talking about Lilly Finance. It is currently the big thing spinning around. I did coverage on Lilly Finance quite a while ago on a couple of different occasions for a couple of different reasons. And what I said back then still persists today. And I want to be clear when I say what I say today, it is not designed to do anything other than share an opinion about the situation because the situation is unfortunate. But if you listen to my historical stuff back at cryptotalkradio.net, you would have heard me basically say the same thing for a very long time. So the very first time that I ever talked about Lilly Finance, I want to say that was sometime around February-ish of this year. And there's a couple of things happening, right? Brad Beatty. Brad Beatty was the guy in front of it, and he has a criminal record. This was on record. The backstory, really high level for those that are new, because there are some new folks. The backstory of Lilly Finance is that back in late 2021, just around the failed November 13th Vegas event for Saitama was marketing their Cytomask, and they said Lilly Finance is going to be the first on this tool. The Saitama team kept screwing up and delaying it to the point that Brad essentially said, we got to cut and run. We can't wait. There are kids that need our help. Lilly, their whole mission mantra statement was, we want to help kids avoid what, in this case, Brad had to go through to get aid for his child and try to innovate with medical blockchain. I want to level set a couple of things. And I'm not going to get too specifics, but just so you know, I actually happen to work with, in one of my organizations, healthcare. And I'm aware of, at a high level, what they do. There's a lot that they do. I'm aware enough to implement solutions. One of the solutions I specialize in has actually recently launched the ability to use blockchain technologies for data storage. So let me just clarify to people who are naysaying this. This is a real thing already. It's already something out there. What Lilly was trying to do was to try to take it to the next level, but also to increase the accessibility for aid for these types of technologies for children that need it when they have these diseases or they have these illnesses or they have these injuries or deficiencies or defects that it's hard for them to get aid. That was the whole inspiration behind why this started. Lilly Finance starts. Now, the problem is Del Rugpool, aka Del Crypto, is involved, and he essentially somehow has access to tokens early on, and it dumps. If you look at the charts and you go to the all, you'll see that it initially pumped high, real high, and then it dumped. This was a failure of the liquidity load when it first launched. And then people got access to the contract before it launched. And I had said at the time, as many did, that they should have relaunched because it was not fair at that point. Certain people got enriched off of that initial pump. And there was a lot of hype around it because of Saitama. Now, over time, the Lilly Finance, the Lilly and Bay Foundation, and all these things are spinning up under the hood, and they're building up all these relationships and communications. They get the 501(c)(3). Everything that they're doing kind of building up to where we're at now. We then get pumps, and we're starting to see pumps every now and then, and we see extreme dumps. People don't understand why. It's because it has a significant supply. I believe right now it's about 9 quadrillion left of supply. They did some burns. It does actually have a recurrent burn. That's one clarification I'll share. There is a recurrent burn and there are reflections. So it does have these basic mechanics. The mechanics I just described to you are going to be very important when I describe to you this fiasco here recently. Fast forward, and then there's a video session done with the Lilly team and some influencers. I wasn't on it, but I was informed after the fact that they had announced that they're going to be on Coinbase. And then Lilly puts up on Twitter a post that says they're going to be on Coinbase. Here's where everything went south. If you don't know what happened with Saitama had announced they're going to get on a tier 1, and they had announced it's going to be KuCoin, and that never happened. Terrarium announced it was going to be on tier 1. That was going to be Binance. It never happened. And we see time and again, and it's kind of understood in the business that the exchange has to, it's like Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather once said, the fight's not official till I announce it because I'm the A side, I'm the top guy. The exchanges want to be the one to announce it first. They don't want the project to announce it. And there's usually NDAs and other things that preclude you from announcing it before the exchange. That's just kind of a given. So seeing Lilly Finance announce this is a bit concerning for two reasons. Number one, because it's kind of understood that you're not supposed to. Number two, the mechanics, the tokenomics of Lilly Finance having an extremely high supply, having a burn, having the reflections. Like the mechanics of Lilly Finance do not lend themselves well to exchanges like a Coinbase because of the potential that it runs afoul of some U.S. law, because Coinbase arguably is the only exchange that really fully complies with U.S. law, willingly so. And that's the reason why they don't have hardly any tokens on their exchange that I can think of. And I'm on Coinbase. I know the list pretty dang well. I can't think of a single one that has anywhere near the kinds of mechanics that we see here. The closest, and it's garbage, is ApeCoin. ApeCoin doesn't have the mechanics the same way. So I'm already skeptical because we've got a token that its tokenomics, they don't make sense for Coinbase. They make sense for KuCoin. KuCoin won't care. They make sense for LBank. LBank doesn't care. LBank's not tier one, but the point is it's better than what they have, which is Probit, I believe. So I'm skeptical of the Coinbase. I'm not skeptical of the tier one. I'm skeptical of the Coinbase. I don't know anything about Binance.com because they refuse to allow U.S. traders. And I think that was strategic on Lilly's side not to go after that one first. And I think that they chose Coinbase primarily because it's in the U.S. and there's compliance and there's all this stuff. So I don't know what to fully think. There's no affirmed answer as of right now. My theory, only my theory, is that the Lilly team is not trying to rip you off, and I don't think they're lying. I don't. I believe that there was at some point communications, and here's the problem with crypto. I believe there was verbal communications between Lilly and Coinbase. I believe this. I believe someone in Coinbase assured them, yes, you're going to be good to go. My guess is there's some sort of a screening process that's not complete yet. The whole announcing first, I think, killed them. It killed it, and they should not have done it, and Lilly should have known better. Lilly wanted to drum up hype. They wanted to drum up hype. Buy the rumors, sell the news. That's what they wanted. They wanted to drum up hype to generate this money, possibly to dump off, not because they're trying to steal, but because they want the money out of it, right? Because it hasn't moved significantly. I had a problem because Lilly was already pumping on its own, irrespective of this announcement. It was pumping perfectly fine on the descent side. It just wasn't going to the millions of dollars you might expect if it was centralized exchange. And with the burn in place, assuming Coinbase is going to let that fly. And I'm not confident that they would. Assuming that they let it fly, that means it would be arguably the first token to be on Coinbase with such aggressive mechanics. And arguably, if we go off Howey test and United States law, I found it extremely unlikely that it was going to be Coinbase. I was not questioning tier one. I was questioning Coinbase heavily. So I asked the question. When the announcement came out, I asked the question to Bleeves, and because Bleeves does predictions. I wanted to know because I had a theory that it was going to not either Coinbase is going to come out and say it's not going to happen or it just wouldn't happen. I was pretty sure Coinbase would come out and say something. So I was asking Bleeves, give me a prediction if this thing doesn't go down. He says, nope, we're good. I see it, we're good. Yeah, just for giggles, humor me. If Coinbase comes out and says something, if they, back out and play deny and, plead the fifth, what do you think prediction? And he gave me a number, and the number is pretty dang aggressive. So I said, all right, cool. Guys want to time it. It's timing. That's the game of cryptocurrency. And if you learn nothing else from Leicester at cryptotalkradio.net, it is the game. It's a game. It's all about the game and how you play it. It's all about control and if you can take it. It's all about your bet and if you can make it. So think about it. In this case, if we accept that right now we're kind of at this crossroads, right? Either it's going to be on Coinbase and this dude who said it's not was lying, or it won't be on Coinbase and Lilly looks like an idiot. I'll say it from my perspective. I don't believe Lilly intentionally lied. I think they rushed. I think they were going off the hype. I think they wanted to pump unreasonable pumps, which I would criticize that. If any of them listen to me, and I know they don't because I offer to talk to them. If any of them listen to me, I know for damn sure each and every one of you saw what happened with Terrarium. And I know for damn sure each and every one of you saw what happened with Satama. So you had to know it was a bad idea. You had to know that. And so now You have harmed sentiment. Now, you don't have significant amount of holders at this point. But the point is the chatter's out now. Yup, there's another one. There's a scam. But the chatter's out there. And it's hard to derail that when it starts getting out there. You had to know it's going to go south because you already saw a pattern, or as Tim Bradley says, a pattern of multiple tokens that did the same almost cuss thing that you did, and it never went well. You knew that was going to happen. You knew it wasn't going to go well, and you did it anyway. And for that, I have less respect for you, each and every one of you, because I don't think you're malicious. I think you're incompetent. And as I've said to my listeners, incompetence is almost as dangerous as being malicious for a different reason, but it's almost as dangerous. Incompetence for me is unacceptable. I know for a fact you knew this was going to go south, and you took the gamble any effing way when you knew better. And if you're going to swear to me that you didn't think about it, to me, that's still an indictment on you, because there's been people like myself offering to simply help you not make these silly freaking mistakes. And my weekly, where I talked to the community and I said, the key for Lilly Finance is to not make the same stupid, silly mistakes that Satama did, only to have you turn. People will be like, geez, does this guy tell the future, or does this guy have inside knowledge? No, it's because every freaking crypto does the same damn thing. And I'm sick of it, especially out of Lilly Finance, because they had an opportunity to change the game. They might still change the game. The point is, you've made it harder for you to make an impact at a key moment where you could have disrupted. You could have basically bucked the trend of the bear just by being smart and not announcing a damn thing, and just let it marinate until Coinbase gets their whatever, and then you can announce all whatever you care to. But instead, you caught with your pants down and a jar of Vaseline off the side. And so I lose respect for you. I'll say it again, though, because of what I am. I'm a cryptocurrency auditor. I audit readiness. I audit smart decisions. I audit outside the bubble. I audit these things. It's not the technical analysis. I don't need to. Others do that. I'm more about, is your freaking project ready to go? Are you about to make a stupid decision? Are you about to kill the business? Are you about to kill sentiment? That's what I look for. I look for things that are designed to harm investors, and I call them out, and I expect you to fix it. Or if you don't or can't, I expect you to explain why. And if I have a rebuttal, I expect us to have the conversation. If anyone in the Lilly ecosystem wants to have a chat with Leicester on the podcast, the invite's been out there since February, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't want that smoke, that's fine. But when you get caught with your pants down and Vaseline off the side, don't get mad at Coinbase. We already knew what they were. We knew they were jack-offs. You knew that. You knew that going in there. We already knew what the deal was. We already know crypto is a shady business. We already know that every time you turn around these centralized exchanges, there's no descend. All the buck stops with them. You knew that. So play by the rules, dude. Play by the rules. Get what you need, which is get in there if you truly were going to get in there. But play by the rules. Don't make the mistakes of Satama. I don't know why all these crypto projects do the same damn thing and they don't learn from each other. This is obvious. This is business 101, and none of them seem to learn. So, Lilly team, the gauntlet's out there. If you want that smoke, I'm happy to help you. It's a little bit too late now, but I'm happy to talk with you on the podcast to try to help understand these fundamental things that I don't think you did, so that you can hopefully learn something about how business is supposed to work.